This is NFLytics. For our CS411 project, we decided to build a fantasy football analytics tool where fantasy football players can look at different NFL player stats over the 2013 to 2016 season so that they can make more wise decisions when they're trying to draft certain players. We chose to use 2013 to 2016 as that was the most easily accessible data. The first thing we will look at is the user side interface. We will first look at teams. So in the Teams tab, you can see the 32 teams in the NFL. From here, we will pick a random team, like the New England Patriots, and the year that you want to see the roster of the New England Patriots, 2015. This is the roster, and if you're thinking of choosing a specific player from the Patriots, you can select that player, such as Julian Edelman, and see their stats that they have had. If you go over the tabs, you can see the different like numeric values of that specific stat. Say I want to update, remove, or add a player to this database. If I try to do that, it will not allow me to since I'm on the user side interface. And same thing will happen for remove and same thing for add. The next tab we will look at is the Players tab. In the Players tab, you can search for any NFL player that you want to look for stats for, such as Tom Brady. Here we can see how he performed over the years 2013 to 2016 and in touchdowns and in passing yards. You can also do this for other positions, such as a wide receiver, as Antonio Brown, and we can see his receiving yards and receiving touchdowns since he is a wide receiver and not a quarterback like Tom Brady. The next tab we will look at is stats. Oftentimes, you are given the decision to pick between different players at a certain position. So pretend you're looking for a quarterback to select. Here you can look at average passing yards and average passing touchdowns. And from those two tables, you can make a more wise and informed decision on which quarterback you would like to select. Sometimes you would like to see how different teams performed over the seasons compared to other teams, such as in passing, receiving, and rushing. So here we have also added a team statistics feature where you can go to a specific team and see the difference between teams for such as this, which is average receiving yards. And you can always go on the different bars and see what the actual value was. And that was the same as in player stats.
The next tab we'll look at is the Plays tab. Sometimes the user might want to see how a player gained his or her yards. Whether or not it was on a lucky play that they gained their yards might indicate whether those stats can be replicated the following years. Using the Plays tab, we can view plays from a single game, such as Kansas City versus New Orleans. If we select Kansas City as the offensive team, we can display all the plays from a single game, and the user can see all these plays. Just like the Players tool, if we want to add a play, or edit a play, or delete a play, we will not be able to because we're logged in as a user. The final tab we'll look at is the Seasons tab. Oftentimes, we want to draft players from well-performing teams. So if we want to see the standings of each team in a single division, we can select the division and search the query. Now, the tool that we have will return the wins, losses, ties from the team. It will also return the offensive ranking and defensive ranking as ranked by Pro Football Reference in their database. If we also want to search all the teams in a single conference, we can do that through our search table. And we can also do the same thing for the entire league. In the NFLytics tool we made, we also have a login feature. As a user, we could not add, edit, or delete plays or players. But as an admin, we will be able to access these features.
One thing an admin can do that a user couldn't before is add a player. So we'll go to players and then add player. Say we want to add Professor Alawini. So we'll add Professor Alawini and we'll put him as a wide receiver. After we add him as a wide receiver, now he is in our database. So if we want to search him later on, we can search his name and now he is there. Pretend over the season, he changes his position to, let's say, tight end. So now we will make him a tight end. And now his position has switched in our database. We have just updated him, but we can also remove him. So if we remove him, Now he will not show up here.
The last feature that we'll be showing is adding a play. As an admin, we can add a play to the database. So we'll be adding a sample play from the game Miami versus Miami. Now we have added the play to our database. Now if we search for the same play in the game Miami versus Miami, we'll be able to see the play. Since we're done adding and deleting players, we can now log out. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed it. Have a good summer.